Okay, we are going to explain about our new book, Japan's Lost Decade, published from Springer. This is the ADB Institute Development Studies series. And Farhad and I have looked at the various issues of Japanese economy. So first, I would like to explain the main points of this book. Japan has been suffered in these 20 years, and many people are thinking it is a problem of monetary policy or fiscal policy. However, this study shows aging population, and in other words, it is a structure of the economy is the biggest problem which suffered the Japanese economy. Of course, monetary policy is important. However, the effectiveness of monetary policy has significantly diminished due to aging population. Monetary policy can affect the working population, and retirees are outside of the impact of monetary policy, and retirees are increasing. And second point is about fiscal policy and fiscal sustainability. This is again related to aging population. Social welfare, pension funds are increasing, and the fiscal budget deficits has been increasing. However, so far, Japan's debt has been held by domestic financial institutions and the central bank. That is why Japanese debt market is still sustained and stable. But we have to look at both government spending and tax revenue simultaneously, looking at three variables: debt to GDP ratio, deficit to GDP ratio, and GDP gap. And hopefully this book will answer why the Japan has been suffered in these 20 years, and the structural arrow, which is the third arrow of Prime Minister Abe, is the most important tool for the recovery of Japanese economy. And we have also touched upon the oil price and the impact of oil.
Yes. Another point that we have raised in this book, and it has been highlighted, is the energy issues that earlier has been neglected. So energy is important for Japan. Almost 1/3 of the Japanese import is related to energy. Japan is the world's largest LNG importer, second world largest coal importer, and the third oil importer. So this means that energy price fluctuations has very significant impact on Japanese economy. In this book, in chapter 6, we measure the impact of oil price fluctuations on Japanese energy consumption sectors, and we compare this impact before and after Fukushima nuclear disaster. In March 2011, a grade 9 magnitude earthquake and a tsunami after that hit coast of Sendai in Japan. After that, due to lack of safetiness, Japan shut down almost all its nuclear power generation and substituted with fossil fuel. We explained in this book that this matter has reduced the energy security in this country, and the vulnerability of the energy consumption sectors toward oil price fluctuations has been increased. So, as is clear from this book, the book is providing lessons for other Asian economies. So this chapter lesson is that diversification of energy is an important factor. In another word, in addition to the diversification, self-sufficiency of energy is very important. For example, in many other Asian countries, relying on only one source of energy is very popular. Almost 57% of energy, electricity in China is coming from coal, or 65% in India is coming from coal. So it means that other Asian economies also need to diversify their energy resources in order to raise the energy security.
And green finance is one of them, and hometown investment trust funds and community level green finance is growing in Asia and in Japan. So we are proposing about the private finance to set up green finance. And lastly, in any Asian countries are dominated by banks. And banks has to follow Basel capital requirement. And they are very difficult to lend money to startup businesses. So the new growth of crowdfunding, hometown investment trust funds, are another sources of financing innovative firms. So those are the brief introduction of our book, Japan's Lost Decade. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you.